Wow, do I have a special fun video for you that I got since making the last video. The last video was a list of things you may not want to live next to in the villages. And it was just that. I got a lot of comments. It was just for something for you to think about. I thought there were some unusual things that I pointed out that you may want to. But 90% of the villagers will not be living next to these items. It's just a few things to look at in case you might live by them. But did the comments pile on? They added things like pickleball courts, wind chimes, northerners. I won't take offense to that. Northerners, dog parks, politics. I didn't see where I could pick that out, but I guess we're talking about neighbors. But one response I got prompted this video, and it was from Walter. And in his comments to me, he put, he would like me to do a video on the top 10 things that you would like your house to be close to. I love a challenge. This was a challenge because I had to sit back and think about it, because I've got these things I don't want to live nearby, but I got things that I want to live by, and they can conflict. So I came up with my own rule. This is my own, this is not, nobody, I haven't seen this rule anywhere else, but I came up with my own 3, 5, 10, 15, and 20 rule. Yes. It's a number. And let me explain. So the dilemma for me from Walter's question was this. How do I balance all these things? How do I end up with things you would like to be near? So I took it from Walter's question that you know what you want for a house. It's, again, not about your lot, your house, what you include, what you don't include. It's about, like, what do you want to be near? And in some of my other videos, I tell people that make a check off and figure out what you want to live by. But then I thought, Walter's got a great point. So how do I address that first issue? Where you might not want to be near noisy pickleball courts, but right next to the pickleball courts is a recreational center for your pool. And one of the things I wanted to be is near a pool. So here comes my recommendations. The first one is, I want to be about 3 blocks from the local recreational center. About 3 blocks. Now, the Villages doesn't have typical New York City blocks. I didn't live in New York City, so I don't know those typical blocks. But I was thinking of, you have a street, then you have a house on that street, then you have a house on the next street. And I'm thinking about 6 houses in. Now, the Villages isn't laid out perfectly like that. You're going to have to make a judgment call. I even measured it out. You want to be 0.15 to 0.25 away from the pickleball court noise. Because I can tell you, I live about the 0.15. And I find it just right. I can sometimes outside, lanai, driveway, I can hear ping, 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 lightly. When I'm in the house, don't hear it. But I'm outside, I can hear it. So I'm saying, if you're closer, it gets louder. And you just want to be farther away. So I picked this 3-block rule. So the 3 pertains to 3 blocks away from things like a dog park or pickleball, things that would kind of bother you maybe. And maybe some of the things in the other list that I put in the last video. The number 5. Now we switch into golf cart ride time. Why did I pick golf cart ride time? Well, some things you want to be closer to by a golf cart than other things. And other things you might go there less. They could be a little further away, and I'll explain as I go along. So the 5 minutes is really, I want to be that close to the local recreational center, because there's activities inside, there may be pool tables, there's a pool, you may be a regular at the pool, there are pickleball courts. You want to be nearby to just go. You don't want to spend an hour in a golf cart to get someplace. You want to be close. So I say 5 minutes to your local recreation. Doesn't have to be exact, but you kind of get the drift. 10 minutes ride, I'm saying to your bigger recreational facility with a sports pool. And why I say that is, those are spread out farther away than the local, but only certain activities happen at some of them. Some of the water exercise classes, some of the classes or training sessions or free speakers happen at those bigger rec centers. Sometimes the arts and crafts, some of those things happen there. And I'm saying 10-minute golf ride is ideal. Now, you can give or take, and this is not an exact science, but I'm trying to describe what you might have to do with a map and then look at all these things and kind of measure it out by golf cart ride. The next item was entertainment, and I'm including 6 in this list. Spanish Springs, Lake Sumter, Brownwood, Sawgrass, Edna's on the Green, and Eastport. I think you want to be within 15 minutes. Again, give or take, it doesn't have to be exact, but if you take your property, you want to be able to just get up and go, make a decision of whether you're going to stay at the entertainment, not stay at the entertainment, whether you just want to drop by. It makes it much more convenient. If you've got to go 30 minutes or more, you're going to go a lot less. I think it's not ideal. And that's the whole intent of this thing, is ideal. So the 15 is 15 from those entertainment areas. That's what I put. The last one is the 20-minute golf cart ride to a grocery store. Yes, I'm talking a grocery store. That's a reasonable time to go to the grocery store, pack up your stuff, put it on a golf cart, head home. 20 minutes is about where you want to be. Maybe 22, but 20 minutes is grocery stores. And if you really look at the villages, they really have mapped out grocery stores, usually within that time frame. But if it's longer, you may not do it. It may always be by car if it's longer than 20 minutes. Again, these are just some of the items. Now, I would even put the 20 minutes for playing golf. I know some golfers would go further, but I'd say if you like executive courses, you want to be within 20 minutes of an executive course. I think most areas of the villages will hit many of these, but they might miss one. So that's what makes it ideal. If it hits them all, you're really kind of got the ideal situation to go to different things. That's what I tried to map out here. Again, it's just my interpretation of answering Walter's question. Walter had that great question of, what do you want to be near? All of those things I want to be near, but I don't have to be the same distance near. I don't have to be next to get an appreciation, a feeling that I'm using all of those things and I like the area. Now, the recreation area, I'm just going to throw this caveat in here. If you don't like one of those entertainment centers, cross it off your list. Are you still within 15 minutes of an entertainment that you like? Because you got to like going there. And if you don't like one of these particular ones out of the 6 I put up there, so you could have some variation of that. But Walter, I appreciate the question. It made me think outside the box of the ideal. Again, it's just not mine. I've had some people comment like I'm being critical or don't like their area, or it's not the case. I think you can do this up in the northern section, the middle section, the southern section. You could do this for anywhere. It's just my fun thing that my wife helped me out a little bit with. The 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 minute, I'm calling it a rule, but it should be something like, instead of a rule, the ideal location. That's just my opinion. While you take in everything else that I've discussed in the past, that would satisfy me. And I have to say That's my situation exactly. I love where I live, and guess what? All of those things are within those time frames. That's what I like about the Villages, and I think you'll find most locations will meet this. If you like this, or you have an idea for my future videos, or a great comment that I can put together something for you, let me know in the comments. I do read the comments and I comment back, and I do this for fun. It's just, I like the Villages. I purchased there. Thanks for watching my videos. Like and subscribe if you get the chance to. I appreciate it. It keeps me motivated to keep going. Again, thanks for watching. Say hi when you see me in the Villages.